Now, what are the top 5 things about living in Australia? Well, let's get straight into it. So, did you know in Australia, people can just come to the park and do their own barbecues? Free of charge, just literally press a button and it turns it on and away you go, you're ready to cook. Pretty amazing, right? And then you've got all these benches and facilities and a view of the old watchtowers that they used to use to signal people when the fires were coming. Today is autumn. It is the autumn coming up to winter, and this is 19 degrees today. It's going to be. It's the morning still. You can talk, darling.
I was going to say that. What you said.
So we're walking through the woods. It's autumn. All right. The weather is not hot. It's not cold. It's lovely, really. People say that you don't get seasons here in Australia, but you definitely do. It's lovely. Look at it. Birds tweeting. Beautiful scenery. And the snakes. The best thing about the snakes is this time of year, most of them are sort of hibernating, so you don't really have to worry as much as you do in the summer. So that's always nice. So my daughters are here with me, as you can probably tell and hear slightly, and they've told me to tell you guys that their favourite things about Australia. One of them says that their favourite thing is because there's dingoes, and the other one says that their favourite thing is the birds, because they're very colourful, aren't they, the birds here? Yeah. Beautiful birds. Parrots, kind of like parrots. I don't actually know what the real name of them is, but they look like parrots. What else have we got? Kookaburras. The magpies are very vocal as well, and the crows, if you go to Perth, they're very noisy. Yeah, and another thing that they want me to tell you is that the parks here are really good. So obviously we get a lot of parks in the UK, but you tend to find they're a little bit run down and not maintained very well. At least where I lived in the UK, that was the case. And you know, you'd be lucky if you didn't find some glass on the floor, or maybe even a needle every time to time. But here they are very well maintained and looked after, and you don't generally get kids hanging around in parks here. It might be different up in in the city in Perth, but here where I am, out in the country a little bit, they're so clean. Like I said, there's barbecues everywhere. People generally have respect for nature as well. There's no litter. That's one thing I do love about this country, is people tend to have respect for the country, whereas you find in the UK people just sort of have lost that kind of moral respect for the country. Like every motorway, every public park, there's rubbish just everywhere, whereas here it just seems we value nature more here. Ducks just chilling. And the good thing as well, what I will say to you guys, is a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to move to Australia because of the snakes and the spiders and the crocodiles. Well, there are parts of Australia, like where I'm, South Australia, or sorry, Southwest Australia, that actually don't have any crocodiles, so that's good. You don't have to worry when you come to places like this, especially when you've got small children. But yeah, the snakes I've seen 3 in 8 months. Some of you might say that's a bit too many. One was a carpet python, which is harmless, just chilling on the side of the rocks. People walking past, not phased, the snake nor the people. See a baby brown snake, which is highly venomous, just minded its own business, ran away. And I saw a tiger snake, which is probably one of the worst snakes you can see, because apparently they can be a little bit aggressive. Just walked away. Well, I say walked away, slithered away into the bush. So yeah, as long as you're mindful and don't get in their face or go looking for them, you're all right. I mean, look, this is quite bushy. It's a place where you'd expect to see them, but no, it's absolutely fine. There's a map. We're going to go have a look at the map, so I'll be right back. Where are we? Can you show us where we are? Where's Australia?
I can't see. Papa.
There's a blue spot
on where Australia is. Can you show me where that blue spot is?
Here!
Down a bit, down a bit.
Here!
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly where we are. Western Australia supplies the world. What does it supply the world? Western Australia became a supplier of the sleepers used for railways, wood blocks for road building, supports for mines and structural timber for building.
Wow!
Countries who purchased our timber prior to 1900s include United Kingdom, France, South Africa, Mauritius, Cayman, India and Egypt.
There we go. The beginning. So this town where we are is basically, its history is being a timber milling town, if you like. What we'll do is we'll go take a little walk through the Heritage Park in a minute, and I'll show you some of that. So as you probably know, if you've watched the previous videos, where we are, it's a very small community, small town, and this is the local park. So we've got a stage there where they have events. Sometimes at Christmas they have the carols on, some dancing events. And then if we go over this way, we've got the biggest slide in WA, I think. Can't be sure, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that is the case. And then yeah, you got the park over there, which there's a big sort of slide, tree house thing, swings, barbecue, benches, everything you need really. And then over there there's more facilities, barbecues, as well as barbecues over here. So yeah, there's a lot to do. Well, I say a lot to do, there's a lot here for such a small community. You want me to take that? No worries. They're going for a run. Usually would go on the big slide, but you got your teddy all wet. Huh? Go on where? The stage? Well, quickly then, run there and run back. So as far as history goes, when it comes to Europeans being in Australia, this is sort of as old as it gets, these kind of buildings here. So it's all left open so you can have a little look inside. And this is what a typical house would have looked like back in the day. That woman actually scared me then, made me jump. I didn't realise she was there. There we go. So having a little blast back in time. There we go. Now we're just going in to look at some of the old vehicles that they would have used back at the timber mill back in the day. This is probably more of a modern looking truck, and some of the older ones as we go through over here. Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. It's like a little museum if you like. So let's head over to what the old school would have looked like. So this here is the Bush School. Let's go and have a look. And this would have been the school where all the children would have come. And this probably would have been for the entire town, because there probably wouldn't have been a lot of children in the area, as it was just a timber sort of town. So we got the Forest District office. So this would have been where you'd come to get your news or any sort of mail or anything like that you would have done. Yeah, here you go. There's your little post office, got a little map there of the local area.